My GG Waganje.
It's the return of the Mac. I'm still alive just like Tupac.
Yes, we are back. Your mom's favourite duo. 2G's in the pod. Back in the studio again. What are you saying, Andy?
I'm good, man. I'm good. I'm slightly hanging.
Yeah, it's a busy night last night.
It was fun though. It was cool. Yeah, we said. Actually, no. Let's introduce our guest.
Yeah.
Lay back in the building.
You done recurring guest.
What are you saying, man?
I'm good, man. Just had a few issues, man. Woke up today. Mobile got nuked, bro. I don't even know what happened. I just tried to do a normal update. Shout out to Apple, you know. Gotta love their hardware that just is there. Like, quite literally. So, got an appointment today. We're gonna sort that out.
It's not that you got an appointment that quick. Now, I remember when my phone's battery was fucked, and I was in Brent Cross. I went there that morning to get it fixed. I get there, they were like, "Oh, you can't book an appointment until 5 p.m. later today."
Oh.
I'm like, "Yo, I've come all the way here."
That's still okay.
No, I was saying, literally, just take my phone and fix it. Just take it to the back, because I can't, like, literally, my phone died walking from my car to the shop.
Oh, okay.
And it was on 100%. That's how fucked the battery was.
I've been in that situation as well, man.
Even like walking across the shop. I remember when I got there, I finally managed to get it on, and I showed the guy. He's like, "What's up?" I said, "Oh, the battery's dead. Battery's fucked." So, "What do you mean?" And then I walked to the other side of the shop. The phone had died.
Just show that. Look, I showed you, man.
And it's fucked up because ever since I got a new battery, and now my phone doesn't vibrate. I don't know why. So like, I don't get any notifications.
These iPhones, man, we're just locked in.
Like, my phone's just like always on.
Can't like my phone as well doesn't really give me notifications.
But I kind of like it though.
Yeah, it's nice.
You
know what's also nice? You don't know when you've got a message.
Yeah,
sometimes I just look up and I'm like, oh, someone messaged me. Wasn't even expecting this person.
But yeah, so what are we discussing today?
Man, I think that's been the discussion.
It's crazy. Yeah. Actually, you know what? We should shout out. We're in a new studio again. We just jumped from studio to studio, but like this is our new home for now. I guess. Roundhouse Studios, which is it's wavy though.
Shout out
cool.
Roundhouse.
The guy that this one trying to help, but it's calm, man.
we move
it out, man. We move. But yeah, like it's mad because this is our 44th episode, and it's the first time we've ever got in and literally had nothing to talk about.
Well, we had a plan of what
we got shout out Jamil. He was meant to come through.
I didn't want these shots though. You don't want us, man.
Had he come through, then we'd be discussing. I mean, we can still talk about it. What was the criteria for what makes an album?
Yeah, exactly. We just want to know, like, what are you thinking when you're saying, this is a classic, this is the best album of the year? Like, what's your criteria? What are your
I've got a few.
What are your points on that trump card? You know, the trump card game. Where the points at?
I've got a few. Like, my thing is, if we're talking classics, I think you have to look at two factors. Yeah, it's like the quality of the album in terms of the actual, like, how good the music is and stuff, and then looking at its kind of impact as well.
Okay.
So I think there's two. So like, for example, an album can be slightly less on quality if it's higher on its impact.
Okay.
So like, an example would be Graduation, Kanye West. Yeah, I see that as a classic.
Yeah.
But I would say, in terms of its quality compared to his first two albums, the quality is slightly less. But the impact is more because it was like, remember he went up against 50 Cent and that they dropped to the same day.
That was a big cultural impact.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. It was kind of like, not the death of gangster rap, but like after that, gangster rap wasn't
kind of was, man. It was. I think it was the peak of it. Yeah, that was like, even if it wasn't the actual death, that showed the eclipse of it.
Yeah, exactly.
Wait, so you would say that's a classic because of that?
I would say the impact pushes it over the scale. Like, say you had like a scale, and you need like, I don't know, 8 out of 10 on both impact and quality.
Yeah.
If you had a 7 on the quality but a 9 on the impact, then...
So then can albums retrospectively become classics? Because how would you have known that at the time?
It's always a retrospective.
Yeah, it's always a retrospective.
You can't have a classic straight away.
You can't have classic straight away, man.
No. Every time Kendrick drops, I know I say it's
classic.
Yeah,
we don't.
I'm not being serious. Like, you wait a couple of years.
Exactly.
Okay. Because a couple of years.
A year at least.
I'm saying like you can look back on that Kanye thing now and be like, it
was the death of gangster rap. A year after the event, you couldn't have looked back
Yeah.
and said it's the death of gangster
But
rap.
then
So,
you could have looked at it and said something's
I mean,
something's
you could say
changed.
that,
it.
especially-
Something's
you
definitely
could say
been
that.
moved.
yeah, but
Culture.
you'd be reading like between the lines, right? Like you wouldn't be.
I hear what you're saying. For me, that I've got like a couple, 5 or 6 points for what makes like a very good album,
Yeah.
and then you add 2 more for what makes a classic. And those they need time to realize them. For it's just simply longevity and cultural impact,
Okay.
plus the other stuff you need to make a good album.
Mm.
So I think longevity is definitely a time factor. But cultural impact, if it makes a big cultural impact
Like, as
at
soon
that
as it
moment,
drops, you-
Yeah.
that can, you could be, because like Kendrick's first album, the thing that I was like, look, you can never call it a classic, you can never call it a classic. But I waited as many years as I wanted. It's a classic.
Yeah.
So it means the
Wait,
people who
which
said
one,
it.
Section 8?
No, but Section 8, I always look at
GKC.
that.
Yeah, I wouldn't say
Yeah.
it's a classic.
Good Kid, Mad City. So I was like, look, you can't say
Well,
it
that's
straight
like a
away.
lot of people like Section 8 is their favorite. Like Jamel is his favorite Kendrick album.
It could be your favorite.
It could be
It's
favorite.
not a classic. That's the,
Yeah,
that's
and I don't even look at it as an album, man. It's got to be a mixtape, man.
yeah.
What, Section 8?
Yeah, man. I don't think you put it out as an album.
No, I think he did.
Yeah.
He did. He put it out as an independent album. But
Independent, okay.
Yeah,
okay.
But at the same time, it's like,
He wasn't
yeah,
signed yet.
I don't know if you
Okay.
really. I don't know if, when I think of Kendrick albums, if I'm putting it.
I've
the same
always
bucket
looked at it as a mixtape, so it's always been augmented in my
Yeah,
view. So I can't even look at like put it on that scale.
Do you think To Pimp a Butterfly is a classic?
No, not for me. No, it's not classic.
Alright, so this is what I'm saying. That's where
Okay,
the
so
conversation
okay,
comes
okay.
in.
So for me, so what I think you need to have a good album is you need standouts.
Okay.
More standouts obviously the better.
Mm.
You need good production.
Mm.
You need the features.
Mm.
You don't need them, but these are the things that make it up. And then if you make up on one section,
Alright.
etc., etc.
But right now you're talking all just like the quality of the
Yeah, the sections you need to basically, if you have to mark them from 1 to 10, what need to be in the 10 section?
Okay.
So it's got to be production, features, standouts, lyrics, cohesion, and audience reach. And those are my 6.
Okay.
That's a lot, but that wasn't You might need to repeat.
I'll go through them one by one with
Yeah.
to Pimp Butterfly.
Mm.
So first one you got production. Production, Pimp Butterfly is 8 or 10, isn't it? But
Okay.
for me, that whole sound was stolen from D'Angelo. I'll never forget that. But people don't know that. But go back to that D'Angelo album.
No, it
his
wasn't
last album.
stolen, bro.
Anyway, it is
Bro,
what it
it's
is.
taking inspiration.
He
There's a difference
took
between that.
a lot of inspiration.
This is a lot more like acidic jazz
Yeah.
than D'Angelo's.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. I get what you mean. I do get what you mean. But, bro. So the production's 8.
That D'Angelo album is sick though, but
It is, isn't it?
that's a sick
It's a
album.
mad slept on album, but D'Angelo is just you know or you don't. He's that kind of mystic being, isn't it?
Mm. Yo, he was on. Whose album is he on? Is it Earth Gang's album that he's on?
Is he?
There's one out. There's one album that came out recently, yeah, and I was listening to it. It's Rhapsody's album.
Yeah,
It's
he's on.
Rhapsody's album
Yeah,
because
that's
I haven't
true.
heard him in years, and then I was like,
yeah.
I know this voice.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he was. He was Rhapsody.
Oh shit, it's coming up, man. It's cute.
Nice, nice.
But sorry, carry on.
Yeah, so production, 8 to 10. Then you have lyrics. It's Kendrick, 8 to 10. Just put 10 on it. Then put 10. Audience reach. That thing that won a Pulitzer Prize, it's like,
Yeah,
it's a 10, isn't it? Like, if the them man are hearing it.
Wait, did TPAB win the Pulitzer? Was it?
Yeah.
Damn.
Oh, no, it's Damn.
Damn, innit?
Oh, is
No,
it?
that one.
Was it?
It's
It was
Damn.
Damn.
Yeah.
No, that got put into, it got put
Because
into
something else. Like,
It got into-
Washington
Yeah,
something.
It got put in something.
Yeah,
something
so
big.
it was
Bro, he
recent.
always gets accolades.
It gets
I
built
know.
at schools, to be
Yeah,
fair.
yeah,
Like,
exactly.
Because it's. Right, you finish.
Okay, now features. I think he's already selected his features, so you've got to put that that is part of the features category, like how the selection, how it fits in. I think it's high, but it's maybe like a 7. It's not hitting the 10. It has Pharrell on the hook,
He's got Rhapsody, he's got Snoop Dogg.
Snoop Dogg.
that guy on the first track who sings that line, look both ways before you
Oh
cross
yeah,
my mind.
Oh, is that
I love
a
that
feature?
line.
is it George Benson? No, not George Benson. I think someone else.
Is that a feature? I thought it was just.
He's on the track like
Yeah, no, it's features.
yeah.
So maybe a 7. So it's definitely a good
Man,
album.
what's his theory? My brother said it, and I told him he was capping, but he says it's the best album intro of all time. I don't think it is.
No, it's
but,
not.
But it's up there though.
It's up.
It's
No, I do really like
it's
that
a
song.
really good album intro, and it's like, bro, I haven't heard an album intro that good in a while.
Yeah.
Like Ultra Light Beam is up there.
Yeah.
in terms of recent ones.
I don't like Ultra Light Beam that much.
Whoa, hey,
Like,
okay, wait, side note.
If you take
Put
out,
everything to the
if
side.
you take out Chance's verse, yeah,
Nah.
then
but
it's
that's
not a
just-
good track.
don't-
But that's the thing as well.
But I see atheists basically praising the to the street. Don't tell me.
I'll say that, bro. You just need to get a
No,
check. And you'll start feeling it.
No. With Chance's verse is amazing, isn't it? But firstly, it's not even Chance's album.
That's true.
Like,
But hey, features, isn't it?
No, but
Yeah,
and
that's
the
the key.
thing as well with a lot of Kanye's music, I've noticed like some of his best tunes, he's not the best part of the tune.
Yeah.
that's true.
Like Devil in a New Dress.
Not always
Like,
true.
Devil in a New Dress is
Yeah.
Rick Ross steals that.
No, but he had bars on there.
Yeah, no, he had bars, but I'm not saying like, or even Monster as well. Nicki Minaj steals that.
Yeah,
like
bars.
some of his best
Which is
tunes.
so-
Like,
No, but the thing is, my main point is like, the main point I was gonna say is that I don't feel like it's really an intro track. Maybe that's just me. I don't feel like why is it an intro track?
I feel like
it
it's
can come at any part of the album.
No, but I hear what you're saying. There's a difference between the intro and the first track.
That's what I'm
Let's
saying.
not play games with that.
Explain.
Okay, so intro starts you off with the album, and it either has like a nuance to it. Maybe it tells a story. Maybe it's just like a sound clip. You know, you have the albums where the intro is actually like a proper intro.
Yes.
Then you have where they miss the intro and you have the first track, which is they use that to introduce the album, but it's not an intro. It's like discussing the difference between like a prelude and the main event. And the main event can start, you can say that's the beginning of it. We can have a prelude, which is actually the beginning of something.
Yeah, just something that brings in
Exactly.
the album basically. Like
So that knocks points on it for being the best intro ever. It's not really an intro.
that's what I'm saying.
But-
it's not an intro track.
I'm not saying it's the best intro ever. I was just saying that Ultra Light Beam is like in terms of good intros that I've heard
Yeah.
recently. Ultra Light Beam is up there with Wizard's Fury, like in terms of the best I've heard recently.
But okay, let me throw in a curveball. The first track of Dan. That's like one of
Blood.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's it. I wouldn't even count that because it's not really a song.
No, that's the whole point of it.
No, but that's my point. But you
No,
can't
but
say
you have an intro song
you
though as
can't
well.
say
Yeah,
that.
Like I would
so-
say Wesley's Theory is an intro song.
It's an intro
Because
song.
it like the themes of the
I hear
album
what you're saying.
are brought out in that song.
then
You
Like,
feel like J. Cole's intro that on actually it's off this one.
Yeah.
On which one is it? On 2014 Forest Hills Drive. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a sick track, but it's still not a real track. It's like a minute long.
No,
wait,
but
what about
You seen
you
that
know,
video?
like,
Do you know?
you know Mos Def's like his first album, like Black on Both Sides, and the first track is like him just speaking,
Yeah,
pretty much for
yeah.
like 4 minutes. Then he
Yeah,
raps a little
yeah.
bit at the end. Yeah.
Yeah.
Does that count to you as an intro, or is that like?
That's
Bro, that's a track though. That's
But
a,
no,
As
this
in for me,
is the
it's-
point I'm
because-
making.
because if it
You have
came on,
you have a
you
mixture.
spin it.
No, but
Like,
I was spinning.
But it's the
You
point.
spin the guy who's talking to you for 4 minutes.
Yes.
No,
Man's
but
listening
this
to music
point
and
I'm
this was like
making.
poetry.
There's
Okay,
don't
I'm
say
just wondering. I'm not sending for
Don't
poetry. I'm
send
saying-
Flacco, bro. Don't send Flacco, man. Come on. You don't Flacco the third right here. Don't be sending the senior out here, man. I'm the junior out here, man. Come on. No where at. But the point I'm trying to make is essentially you can have a mixture of the two. You can have one that's just an intro, one that's a track. And I think people knock off points for both. Like you knock off the intro to that because it's not a track. But you
You're
still,
not saying I like it.
you know, see that,
as
but
a
you knock off
concept
some
and
points
stuff,
for
but
it because you weren't
it doesn't
banging it.
rank with.
And he's
other
saying
albums,
he's knocking off points off Fly because it doesn't feel like an intro. It just feels like
Yeah,
a
but
track.
I'm saying
It's a
like
tune,
compare,
innit?
like say
Exactly.
a
You
tune
need a
like
mixture
Tuscan
of the
Leather.
two to really
Say
bang.
a tune like Tuscan Leather, yeah. Compare that to Blood. Blood, it
But
doesn't.
Tuscan Leather is an intro track.
It's an intro track.
That's my point. Like, you compare it. It's like apples and oranges.
No, you're not. It's apples and oranges. Like you know what? Well, you know what intro feels like, but you know what intro feels like.
Songs to like.
Come on, you know, but
flipping
no,
discussions.
you know what
No,
intro feels like.
Well, I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
He's saying it's like it's the introduction to the album.
Exactly.
Like, whether it's a song or like
Just talking.
someone
yeah.
talking, it's the introduction to the album.
I
But
hear you. I don't agree, but I hear you.
to come back to topic on what makes a great album. So we're talking about it goes production, production, features, standouts. So there's mad standouts in Pink Butterfly. Like Pink Butterfly hitting all of these high. It's a great album. So there's no debate about that. The cohesion, obviously, it's there for sure. There's a running
I think
theme.
it's undoubtedly a classic.
Wait, let me get there.
Didn't even let him finish. Like,
Let me know.
Finish your
Let me know.
point. Come on.
What's going on?
Hurry up, lad.
So, and then, so I'm just repeating the category so you can hear them out again. An audience route. So we went through audience route. So it has makings. It's a great album. It has the makings of a classic.
Okay.
Where I think it falls is its cultural impact and its longevity. I played back Spin a Butterfly. I can't listen to the whole thing.
See, that's the one point that I'll give you because it's not the easiest listen. If that makes sense.
I can't. I'll be interested to hear who's still playing the whole album back to front.
I mean, it's my brother's favorite album, so I even play it all the time.
Okay. Shout out to
and
you.
I
He's also a Kendrick fan.
he's worse than me. Like,
I know, bro.
like, he actually pisses me off a bit. I'm like, bro, come on, man. But I play it. Like, I don't spin it back to front. But I don't really.
That makes sense.
I don't often.
For me, for longevity.
So a classic has a playback.
Longevity is like it's a point from 1 to 10. If you can't play it back front to back anymore, that is not. It can't be a 10.
Thing is though,
how often, like,
I
for example, Stormzy's Gang Signs and Prayer, when's the last time you spanned it back to front? I don't often.
I'm not sure if that's classic either.
I'm not saying it's a classic or not. I'm just saying I don't often pick an album and just spin it back to front, especially if it's been years. Like, I know what songs I like of it.
Like, so if it's for My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy,
that's a bit different.
I'll play that back to front.
That's
I
don't even spin that back to front all the time anyway.
Not all the time, but could you?
Sometimes.
But could you? And would you want to?
But you can spin to Pimp a Butterfly.
Can you though? Or you can listen to it.
And the only track I say More Man's a bit long.
It's like 12
if you're
skipping stuff, you're not listening to it back to front.
That's the last track.
It's
the last track, and I'm skipping when the interview.
Wait, but no, a classic can have some missteps though.
Of course.
So you could have tracks that you want to skip.
For me, because I
look at Snoop Dogg Doggy Style. When was the last time you spanned that back to front? But that's the classic. That's
true. But the funny thing about it is, if I go to that album, I'm playing it back to front. I haven't played it back to front in a long time, but that's how I know.
Wait, so
Chronic, last time I played Chronic, I played that back to front because I know I have listened to it in time. There's no way I'm missing out any tracks.
So you're saying
playing
like,
it back to front. Let's
for
go.
it to be a classic, you have to go back and spin the whole thing.
No, you have to be able to. You have to be able to. If you listen to Pin Butterfly, and this is quite long. Let me skip this track. But you're knocking points off that longevity because some tracks ain't hitting the same way they're hitting before. And then also, for me, the cultural impact I think was highly exaggerated at the time. Hey yo, let me land. Was exaggerated at the time.
The reason that.
We literally dismissed the album.
No, bro. So I think it was exaggerated at the time, and undoubtedly it's had cultural impact. But you compare it to what people were talking about at the time, like yo, this and that.
Because at the time, I remember people were comparing it to If You're Reading This Is Too Late, and I don't see the comparison. Like,
who was comparing it to If You're Reading This Is Too Late?
They dropped within months of each other.
If
You're Reading This Is Too Late was a month before.
That's not comparison.
This was back when people were doing the whole
Drake versus
Yeah,
Kendrick.
I don't
So,
know.
I literally read an article comparing the two tracks, like track for track. I was like, you can't compare. Like, one is basically like a playlist almost,
Yeah, no, that's
and one's an actual body of work. Like,
No, but
not that If You Read This Is Too
that
Late.
might be Drake's only classic.
Too
though,
Late.
I can't lie.
Yeah, you know what? No, take it. First, take it a second.
Take care, bro. The funny thing is,
Wait,
Take Care's not
hold on.
classic. Wait, let me say one thing. The funny thing, the reason Take Care's not classic to me is the same reason that To Pimp a Butterfly is not classic to me. I can't spin the whole thing back to front.
No, I can spin that back to front though. I could.
And okay, that's good. So it's classic in your eyes.
So over there.
I'm saying I can see why you call it classic if you can do that. And also, the cultural impact at the time was exaggerated. Like people, Take Care was mad. And what I'm saying,
No, I don't think that was exaggerated.
But hear me out. When something has a huge cultural impact, and at the time people were angry about, oh, we've been playing this for years, and it dies down to what you have today, as in people look at it as this might be his only classic. It won its only Grammy, I think.
No, you won one last year, just not on gospel.
For the album.
Oh, the album, yeah.
It's only like album.
Yes, it's only
Grammy.
rap album of the year.
And do you know what? I can see why people argue that is a classic. I can see that, but for me, that's why it just hasn't hit me yet.
Take it.
I think More Life is classic.
Just come with
More Life.
Why would it be?
More Life is very true, man. I live by that.
For like 2 years.
People know this, man. I live by this, man. Come on.
But now, if you read This Is Too Late, the only reason I can't put it as a classic is because we've heard the reference tracks. So, do you know what I mean? Like, if I had never heard Quentin Miller do
Wait, but Kanye don't write his tracks though.
No, wait, relax,
So,
relax.
Kanye's a fun one. Yeah.
I'm just saying, innit? If that's the criteria for a
No,
classic,
To me, Kanye's
it's
different.
different.
Kanye brings different production. Kanye, I see him as like a facilitator. Almost.
No.
Let me explain. Like he brings together a body of work. It's a bit like DJ Khaled, like bringing verses from other people and stuff.
Yeah.
And he's like there's so many people they've dropped almost their career verses on
I
Kanye
agree with
stuff.
you, man. And
That chance verse,
and him and Shy have
Nicki
all-
verse, and personally, Rick Ross and Devil in the New Dress that's my favorite Rick Ross verse.
and him and Shy have worked together to make crazy albums.
And it's like Kanye came in the game as a producer that
Yeah.
raps, not as a bar of game. So like he's allowed the same way Dr. Dre doesn't write his stuff. But the Chronic's a classic, and to me 2001 is a classic as well.
Now, if we talk about If Reading Is Too Late, and this is why Andy's completely right, but I wish he didn't bring it up. But I've heard the reference track to Legend.
Bro, we've heard all
I
the
thought
reference tracks.
that Party wrote the entire track
you know
saying
what's
he's a
crazy?
legend.
You know what's
Obviously,
crazy
he wrote that for Drake, because Drake is the only person at the time who was considered a legend.
Fam, you know what? It's
That broke my heart, man.
Wednesday night interlude, I didn't clock that Party wanted to keep that for his own.
Yeah.
album. Bro, that might be one of Party's best tracks and is on
Bro.
Drake's album. Just, do you know how pissed I was? And bear in mind, Party's I posted the other day, man's missing.
no, he's disappeared there.
We ain't
Hashtag where is Party?
we ain't seen
Where is Party?
what's the saying, hide no hair of him. Bro,
For real.
in 2 years almost. His last Insta post was wireless last year, 2018.
Man, either Drake or Rihanna has him locked somewhere, writing track after track after track. But this is abuse. We need to talk about it.
I was saying no one's talking about it.
But we need to talk about it. It's abuse. It's abuse, man. Shout out Party, man.
So
And he's completely right. That's why it's not
that
classic.
can't be a classic.
Yeah, but
Because
Yeah, he
you had
disqualified
the
himself.
reference
He
tracks.
disqualified himself by letting Quentin
Yeah.
do off the album.
some of those songs he did not even
Like
touch.
he didn't.
Let's just be honest.
What's the word? Know yourself. I remember in some interview you saying like, without me there'll be no second half to know yourself. Bro,
Wait, that's a wild thing to
Would
say.
it be second half, bro?
That was a wild thing to
What
say.
about the first half? That wasn't you.
I did the second half of that track.
He was like,
I'm dying,
bro,
man.
it was the interview with it was the one with
Zane
was it
Lowe,
Semtex
probably.
Or was it Zane Lowe?
Probably Zane Lowe.
Probably.
Zane Lowe.
One of them. He did a little tour just explaining himself. And it was the one where the guy started the interview. He's like, "So who's Quentin Miller?" It was a UK.
Oh, that's DJ Semtex.
It was a Semtex.
Semtex.
Semtex is funny. and
Quentin was a guy that I knew.
and he was saying that people are trying to like, what's the word? He was like, oh, people are trying to like diminish what I've done. Like without me, there'll be no second half to do it. Bro, shut up, man. I couldn't believe that. When I saw that, and no one said anything.
Relax.
Wait, I don't think that's a classic anyway, though.
If you
Like,
really it's not good.
even if there were no reference tracks, I don't think it's a
Relax.
classic.
It is-
There's
it's
part tunes on there.
It's probably my favorite Drake album. Other than
Yeah, exactly.
It's up there. Like it's between that. Take
Before More Life came out, that was my favorite thing. More Life.
I like Scorpion other than the second half, like the second disc.
No, I don't go back to school.
I don't go back to Scorpion, but I go back to tracks on Scorpion. I don't go back to Scorpion.
The three albums,
Yeah.
like Take Care, Nothing Was the Same, and
That
If You're
Run.
Reading It,
Yeah,
it's
That
too.
I used to think for a long time nothing was the same as a classic. Till I clocked, bro, I'm wrong.
I don't think it's a classic, but I don't get why you personally hate this album so
I don't know.
much.
I don't
like-
hate it, and I realized I've kind of softened my view. just because I didn't rate it for so long because I was just like, we've heard Moist Drake on Take Care, so we need some progression.
No. You're just,
So he was too moist.
he wasn't too moist.
No,
He had
he
some good
wasn't
tracks.
that moist though.
Yeah.
He had
was
moist
that-
tracks
He had some moist tracks.
and some
Some of
non-moist
say
tracks.
yeah, moisture. No, but he was like,
Bro.
it was like he was rapping as if he's got a chip on his shoulder, kind of thing. Like,
That's the Drake
give me
I
my-
love.
Give me my accolades.
That's
kind
the
of
I
thing.
love,
But
man.
we've heard that.
No,
We've heard that
man.
too
That's
much.
that
bro,
is
there
what
was
Drake
there
is.
was progression. There was progression.
There was
Because if you look at Take Care, it was kind of like him adjusting to like the lifestyle. The new lifestyle is in like
Yeah,
I
yeah,
fuck
yeah.
for girls this
Yeah,
week.
yeah,
I
yeah.
can't remember the exact
Yeah,
part now,
yeah.
but like a lot of that was like I'm struggling with like becoming
Yeah,
a successful young guy,
Yeah.
like whatever. Nothing was the same. Yeah, he's rapping like, "Yo, I'm here."
Yeah,
like,
exactly. And you
recognize
exactly.
me, give me my
Recognize
accolades.
Yeah, yeah.
It's a different vibe.
Yeah.
It is a difference.
It's like I deserve some accolades. That's where he was.
Yeah.
I deserve an accolade.
But the thing is for me, the reason I can't rate it as classic is just certain parts of the album that I look back on it, I'm just like, what was he doing? Like the language, him doing that flow.
Lamb's a tune.
It's a tune, but that flow, like I'm just like,
I don't know why Birdman was on Birdman. I hate Birdman. I fucking hate Birdman.
Hey,
Ever since
man.
ever since he held Carter 5 for. We never got to hear the original Carter 5, even though I love the Carter 5 that we did hear.
Yeah.
We never got to hear the actual.
But that was business between father and son, man. Let's stay out of that. Let's stay out of that.
Oh, wait. So
Also,
the language is a misstep.
the language is a misstep.
I don't
Also,
know.
what is a misstep as well? Another of my favourite tracks, Worst Behaviour, which is my anthem when I go on my Worst Behaviour.
You think that's a misstep?
What was a misstep? Man basically split the whole of Mace's verse.
Yeah, he did. You know, I remember when
You just get Mace.
I remember when Shiji, because Shiji hadn't heard the bass verse.
No.
Something like that. Then he heard it, he's like, bro, you know this is from another song.
Wait, but he did that with that YG song as well.
I know, bro. You
That
don't
one
see
was
his man.
crazy.
That
That
was
was
crazy.
crazy. He did the whole verse.
Same
Like,
verse.
This Mace is when he like changed.
You know
At the end of
Yeah.
like,
You know what's mad?
8 bars.
You know what's mad? If you go to like who sampled for that song, it will say like the song as if he sampled the song. But I just spat the verse. Like,
Bro, Drake's been lazy at times. You gotta recognize it. You have to recognize it.
Yeah.
I think this is what holding him back from the classic.
He's got a classic.
Yes, true, it's More Life. And do you know what? The funny thing about More Life is, if I'm true, bro, he's barely on it. Bro, it's only classic, he's barely on it. Shout out to Skepta, bro.
Shout him out for bringing Georgia into our lives.
That is true.
oh yeah,
man.
that was the.
No,
like,
but he didn't do that though. He didn't do that. Blue
And
Lights
she-
did that. Blue Lights did that. Come on, we're UK. Let's not.
Yeah,
no, but
I-
she
I-
she re-released Blue Lights. So
She
I
didn't
didn't
release it
I
after.
didn't know what Georgia looked like until I'd heard the songs, but I thought she was a white girl.
But I
Like some-
ain't like, I didn't know she looked like it until you pointed out.
and the way the way Georgia spelled as well, I thought she was like Swedish or something. I thought she was still Allegra, literally in my head. What I see like still, but like so I didn't check for it. And
Yeah.
I saw her on
Yeah,
more like
yeah.
just doing shows and stuff. And I was like, whoa, this girl.
like I'd seen her a few times before More Life.
Wow.
When she came into the.
Mad pain. We love the music though. Music is first and foremost. So long as
Second.
we try and be PC on this podcast.
I don't really care that much.
There's loads of musicians out there.
Bro, George is fine. George looks like a grown ass woman.
Yeah.
And she jumped
Recently,
at me, bro. What?
She jumped on all of us, bro.
Hey, George, shout at me, man. Hey, relax. George don't know that, man.
Don't share my business.
Which I'm business, bro. Show me to you, bro. Hey, ignore what you heard, man.
Oh, my God.
Hold up your boy, man.
Sorry, so wait, so you think TPAB is not a classic because it doesn't have like playback? Oh, and cultural.
he
You
said
said the
it's
cultural.
playback.
Oh, you didn't even get onto that. You
Yeah.
said the cultural impact was wildly exaggerated.
It's
That's
not exactly like so now when we look back on it. Can someone tell me what the cultural impact is? Because
I
I know
think-
what it used to
I think
be,
you're
but what is it?
you're understating the like value of the album in terms of what he was doing. He was ambitious with it. He was trying to do like almost like a call to all black people, like about just talking about race relations in America. Do you get me? Like the same way with Damn, he was talking more about like his religion, his relationship with God. This was more like the black man's place in America. That's what he's talking. The same way the first track is about Wesley's interview.
But I
He's
think
talking about Wesley's
I know what you're
snapshot
saying.
done for tax. Blah, blah, blah. It's like they'll have you on this high pedestal.
Yeah.
They'll give you the money. Blah blah blah. Then Uncle Sam will come in.
I just don't think it moves the culture.
Do you know what?
I think it's a snapshot of a part of time.
you know what I say?
All Right became the soundtrack to the Black Lives Matter movement.
Yeah, but we can't say that to say like the whole album
Yeah.
No,
moved
but
the
I'm saying,
culture.
Exactly, yeah.
they're like.
And it's not like they split the whole of that track. They just sing the hook. Like
Yeah.
it's not like anyone's like, when I wake up, I reckon that's when I wake
Kendrick's like guy.
Hey, shout out, kid.
No, this is the only thing I will say with that album, yeah. I can understand where you're coming from to an extent because it's like, did it hit the whole of the culture or did it just hit like
No, but
the
that's
hip hop heads that look for
That's
the
what I'm-
intellectual
that's
type
the
of
thing.
music?
If you look at the culture as it is, yeah, like look at people that listen to hip hop. I see like you can do it with the artists as well. You can break it down into like two factions, yeah. The people that are here for like the Travis Scott, Playboy Carti kind of vibe, like I just want to get lit. I just want lit music kind of thing. And then the people that care more about like the deeper aspects of like people, they want an album that's talking about stuff. You know? And like I kind of like jump in and out of both, but primarily I would put myself in the one where I care more about like I prefer Jay-Z's verse on What's Free to like an A$AP Rocky verse on.
I feel that, but you can still
Okay.
you can still talk about stuff without going like too
No, but
conscious. You know what I mean?
No, I mean my point is, if you're like obviously an album like To Pimp a Butterfly is not gonna touch the people that are just here to go mad at a Travis Scott show.
Yeah, that's fine. That's
You get me?
fine.
So
Well,
obviously
hey,
you're not gonna say it moved the culture,
Damn,
because half the
though.
culture doesn't.
Yeah, but that kind of hit everyone.
That's why he.
Hold
that's why
on, but
he-
Take Care did as well, though. That's what I'm saying.
Relax
Like,
on Take Care. Take Care is too long. Let's get to the cross. Take Care is too long.
It isn't too
Too
long,
long.
but
Weekend wrote half of it. Let's just be honest.
No,
Okay,
no,
I exaggerate. It's a
It's
quarter of it. I don't say you're a quarter of it, but nonetheless. So for the same reason of if Arenas is too late, same with Take Care. It's too long. Weekend wrote a quarter of it.
I think it's very different than the Weekend one. I think it's very different. Firstly, Weekend's lying when he said he gave Drake half of his album.
Yeah,
It's
they
not
were
true.
beefing. They were
No.
They were beefing, man.
He's lying, bro.
But look what's happened to Party.
There's like two
Okay,
or three
okay,
Weekend
okay,
tracks on that
Can I
album.
just point out one thing?
It was practice.
The Weekend.
That's the only one that he did.
I
Practice,
was going to point
yeah.
out one thing. When Weekend broke away from Drake, he basically said he did not want to be treated in a certain way. Everyone was like,
No,
"Bro,
the Weekend was right.
No, I felt that.
Bro,
I'm not saying
who's
that.
going to treat you like that?" Look at Party.
No, I felt that. That's
That's a
what
party's thing. I feel like it's a little bit his own fault. Like, bro,
Because he should have done what
stop-
Weekend did.
It's
Got
not
away
stop
from him.
giving them your hits. What's wrong with you?
He said
Yeah,
it.
yeah,
But it's
You
not.
don't have to.
Nah, it's
But he
part
was
of
signed,
82.
though.
It's
He
part
was
of the
signed.
contract. That's in the contract.
In his contract to write for Drake.
I'm
and
telling
give him
you. I'm telling you. It
It's
says.
not in his
It's no.
contract.
I'm telling you. It
His
says.
contract will say the number of albums
Bro,
you need to do.
I will put money on it. That
His contract says you have to write for Drake.
No, that's right, Tim. Drake has
You
first
have to
pick
give
of
me-
any song that you write.
You have to give me wasted.
He has first pick. He
that
has
could
first
be in
pick.
his contract.
I'm telling you, the guy wrote a song. He then gave it to Drake, who then gave it to Rihanna. Tell me how you can do that unless you completely own someone by a contract.
Yeah, that was wild. But do you really want to hear Party singing work?
I don't know,
No,
but I
he
want
doesn't-
Party
he
on
doesn't
it
work
with
for
Rihanna. But I want
Yo, we party in
I want Party on it with
Rihanna.
Rihanna. Man.
It's hard, man.
I might have.
He gets
but,
into
like,
his where's he from? He's not Jamaican. He's from.
He's
Jamaican.
just making it to
Yeah,
you,
he
but
gets into
like,
his
yeah.
bag. Yeah.
Fine. Why was he not on it with Rihanna?
No.
Why did it have to be Drake?
True. Wait. But let me come back to my point. There's about 2 or 3 tracks on Take Care that you can attribute to the Weekend.
Nah, I'm gonna put something out. You convinced me on Spin Butterfly. You ain't convinced me on Take Care. Take Care is not a classic.
Bro.
I wasn't even trying to
Headlines,
convince you into
headlines. But who goes back to headlines? Who goes back to
He's
headlines?
Drake's bro.
backup,
Headlines
bro.
is his top 5 Drake songs.
No, but who goes? Are you playing?
I 100% go back to it.
When last time you played it?
Bro, literally.
I could, but
You know
that's
what's
a different question,
on
isn't it?
Spotify, you
Okay,
can
no,
scroll and see
okay,
the
let's-
history. bro.
okay, this
It'll
is
be
good.
long.
I would play it, is what I'm saying.
You would
I
play it?
do play it. Like, I don't
I
play
played
it
it the other day.
all the time.
Because I was
but-
listening to Care Package and I was like, yo, you know what, I need headlines. And that's kind
Well,
of.
there's no consistency in the album as well. It's a bunch of tracks.
What? No.
Tell me
That's a
consistency.
consistent album.
It has the range which you need for an album. I've got the range in my category. So you need range. This definitely has the range.
Bro, it's got.
Has it
What's
got the
got, like,
cohesion?
What I was saying, it's a cohesive album. It's about
It's
him
got,
coming
like-
to terms
it's just
with
too
like.
long.
Yo,
to be
look what
cohesive.
he done is on Take Care, right?
Yeah.
Bro, it's got like 3 of Drake's top 5 songs ever.
But bro, but you haven't answered my question about where the cohesion is.
The cohesion, like I was saying,
Where's-
it's about him becoming like him moving from being like just like
That's the
C-level celebrity to being a main name in the
You don't
game.
take away from it. Where's the cohesion?
Yo,
in
you know
telling
what
that
it is?
What do you mean, like?
Take from the first track, which has the intro, which is an amazing intro. I love that.
Yeah, what's that?
And
So
sit-
take a shot.
and-
from
and-
it.
And tell me how it progresses to tell that story. It doesn't.
Yo,
It just has random. It just random spurts of stuff.
the way
But how
Kendrick is
cohesive
on it spitting a verse. Why?
but that's a live verse. Sorry,
It is. But why?
It's fine.
Tell me that tells your story. Tell me that tells your story.
that verse,
Tell me that tells your story.
bro, that verse is very well placed.
No, but tell me how it tells the story you're trying to say. Because all it does.
That's not the story he's trying to say.
Tell me, I'm listening.
It's all about coming to terms with being famous. Like he's
No,
like buried
bro.
alive. I belong to the rap game. Like
Bro.
That's
he's
Bro, are
still
you
gonna be
listening?
speaking
I'm
about hip hop
listening.
as his
I'm
like
listening. I'm listening.
girl and
No,
saying he's cheating on his actual girlfriend with hip hop.
but in that Kendrick verse, Kendrick is talking about.
Oh, you're killing it. I was like, you're killing it, bro.
Bro, he's only talking about Kendrick.
He's talking about Kendrick, but it's in
No,
Drake's
it's not.
theme.
No, it's not. It's
Oh,
not Drake's
what?
theme. Should I
Because
say my
Kendrick, we're
interpretation?
both on the come
Let me
up,
say my interpretation. I interpret it as Drake is trying to show that he's hit a new level of fame. That people like Kendrick.
No,
feel a certain way
no,
about
no,
him.
no,
Look
no,
at what
no.
he said. He said that this guy pulled up in a fucking what was it? I forgot what white car it was. I think it was a white.
Black
Was it
Maybach, I think.
I thought
Fully
he-
pulled
yeah,
up.
something
like that.
Jeep.
But he's saying how he
Well, then it
feels,
goes
how he
with
feels
Leah.
crazy about the way that he's now because he was on tour with him as well.
Yeah, but Kendrick wrote that verse, innit? It's not like Drake
Yeah.
told him to spit
I
that.
no, because what actually happened was Drake said spit a
If I-
verse.
No, in
Yeah,
fact, he
it's
would have
just
told him
the
to
verse.
a verse that is
Yeah.
in keeping with the theme.
No, he did not say that. You
I'm
know
sure
he
he
didn't
did
say
that.
that. You know he
Bro,
didn't say
otherwise-
that, man. Come on. You know he didn't say that, bro.
Man definitely told him like, this is what I'm
No,
going
no,
for.
he's
Please,
not.
right? He wouldn't have told him like, just spit whatever. He would have given
There's
him
no
the track.
cohesion on that album, bro.
Bro, it's a cohesive album.
You know what? I see. Take care. Take care. Because as we've seen since
That's peaks and
Take
troughs
Care,
like a fucking wave.
since Take Care, yeah, we've seen that Drake's. You know the way he's got like Drake's got so many fans, like,
Yeah.
and it's all different types of fans in it. Like some people like rapping Drake, some people like R&B, and that kind of stuff. Yeah, and he tried to like since Take Care, he's been trying to like cohesively
Put
bring
that together.
but he's failed because
Take care, it's not
because-
cohesive though.
and he kind of gave up with Scorpion in the sense that he was just like,
This one, just
I'm gonna just here's one, here's two. Yeah. Take Care, I see it as he succeeded in showing us all sides of
I
Drake.
thought it was cohesive.
Yeah,
I know
that's
it's
I think he's.
I
That's the only time
think
he
we're
succeeded
debating
in
what
doing-
cohesive means, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess that is what we're doing
Because
right now.
I think it has the range, but bro, that thing it doesn't play like a story. It doesn't play like a. It just plays like a bunch of tracks that come one after the other.
Wait, it doesn't have to play like a story though. To
that's
be
what
like,
that's what makes for a classic.
no.
it
I
doesn't.
disagree. I don't think you have to have. I don't think you have to have
It doesn't
like
have to have
a story
No,
concept for it to be a classic.
That's different. That's having literally having like a what do we call it? Like a concept album. I'm talking about a
Yeah,
concept
yeah,
album.
yeah.
It needs to flow.
It
It
did
doesn't
flow.
flow. It
though.
has peaks and troughs.
That was the flow.
I'm done.
It was up, down,
I'm out, man. I'm out. More life, more hating, man. Go look how that flows, isn't it? Come on. Let's talk about actual classics out here. More life, more fun and everything, bro. You mad? Look how that fucking thing flows.
I
man.
can't do it. I don't know how to fight that one because like I've never heard anyone express that. It's
so
just
wild.
a new one.
It's so wild that I'm like.
Bro, that album is mad. Go listen to it, man.
To be fair, I do sometimes spin more life, but like
Bro, I spend more like
It's funny
top to
actually,
bottom and it's
nothing
fucking
was the
long.
same. Nothing was the same. Like I said, I've never really felt it like that. But it's probably the Drake album I go back to the most.
nothing was the same was cohesive in my opinion.
That's it. It was cohesive.
It's cohesively
correct.
moist to me.
It was cohesively moist.
It was
Look,
cohesive.
those two albums, Take Care and Nothing Was the Same, are Moist Drake.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But different Moist Drake. One
If
is
you read-
like,
if you
I'm
read
sad.
this,
One
it's
is
too
like,
late.
why don't you guys realize how great I
If
am?
you read this,
Hey, babe,
I'm
please
remembering.
quickly go back on this. How can you say that nothing was the same as cohesive? And listen to Take Care and say that's cohesive. Talking about a 10-track album where it has the heights of the house album where
Nothing was the same.
Nothing was the same as only 10 tracks. Yeah, 13.
oh wait,
It's
it's
like
like no
13.
bonuses in it.
Oh,
That ends on what's that? The end track. The
Is it
end
the
of
Jay-Z one or is that a bonus as well?
then it goes to Jay-Z's
That's more
Pound Cake / the Paris
That's more
Morton
music
music too. Yeah.
Yo, Paris Morton music too. Oh, we've had this
Proper
debate,
outro
right?
there as well, bro.
Yeah,
Proper
yeah,
outro.
that
which
outro.
one do you think is
Who has the better verse
on
Pound Cake?
Drake or
Jay-Z.
Oh, I don't think that's fair on Jay-Z though, because
Wait, who do you think?
Drake obviously.
See, I think Drake as well. He tried to tell me that
No,
Jay-Z
but-
has the better verse.
Wait,
Jay-Z has the better
Wait,
verse.
he took that track from
I listened to it
Jay-Z.
yesterday.
But he took that track from Jay-Z. That first part he took off and then he just put his verse on it. Yeah. You said when you heard it.
Oh,
Yeah, I remember interview. He
I
said when you
didn't know
heard it, it was like when Timbaland and Jay-Z were like working on Jay-Z's album. And he's like, yeah.
Oh, okay,
I
so
hate this.
Jay-Z's verse was already on the track.
Yeah.
So you heard Jay's verse and then wrote his verse. Okay.
See, I think Jay had the better verse, and I think Drake knows Jay had the better verse, which
Bro,
is why
come on.
which is why he put Paris Morton music too at the end.
No.
And he didn't give.
How was it El Molino? Or Soko what?
Yeah.
Spitting women
Bro.
and vino.
He
My
was
contract
killing
like
it.
91 well. I don't know what he's to talk about what contract, but it's hard. But what line it gets me though? It's took a while to the jokers out of the deck.
Yeah.
I'm holding on the cars. These
Niggas
niggas
want to play chess now. Ooh.
I'm not saying it's a bad verse. Like, I know it's a fire verse.
I can't lie. The only reason that people,
Wow.
from what I remember, the only reason that people rated Jay's verse, like, is
Baby,
because he was
baby.
like flexing so hard
Yeah,
about all the people that he put on.
Yeah, exactly. Flex hard.
And no one else could do that.
Okay,
Yeah, but it doesn't make it a sick verse.
Come on,
though,
bro.
bro. Man said cake like 6 times
mate.
on that
Yeah,
verse.
but that
It's
Kate,
fine.
bro, you had that Katy Perry line.
Yeah,
You said,
it sounds wilder than Katy Perry's
come on,
faces.
no, come on.
All black men are not racist.
Bro, and then he said, what?
Come on,
Clown cake.
My haze.
Yeah, give them
It's carrot cake. I got
give
some
them a
upside
record.
down cake.
But
Oh,
you
he
had-
said cake way too
Too
many
much.
times.
He's getting in his cake.
Nah.
bro.
Now it makes sense that like it was not really a finished.
Yeah, I don't think.
Now
I
it
don't think
makes
I
sense.
think you
Look at
just
this
spit it,
cake
bro.
bag,
Come on, man.
A
Jay-Z unfinished verse was still better, bro.
It wasn't bad. Anyway.
Oh wait, okay, now on these Jay-Z beats, Drake on what's it? Is it called?
Light Up.
Light Up.
Jay-Z kills him.
Drake or Jay-Z?
Oh, Jay-Z.
Yeah, Jay-Z's fine.
Jay-Z's banning.
But I will say as well, I don't like Jay-Z and Drake tracks in general.
What?
Like, together they're not that great. Like I expect more out of the two. The same way you get when both of them collaborate with Rick Ross and you always get hits, smash hits.
The only track I can agree with you on that is the Scorpion one.
And I went back to that and I kind of like that now, bro.
I don't like that one.
I feel like
you're
back to it, bro.
You're literally just waiting for Jay-Z's verse.
No.
Like the two
The
Drake
Drake verse is okay.
It's
Like,
okay. And also, I get the vibe they're going for. They didn't execute correct, but I get the vibe they're going for. They're going for that, yo, let's go get them. And it was like, nah, you're not really the guys for that.
I don't know. I feel like when you see, like, we're talking about two of the best fitters of our generation. Yeah, I feel like you're expecting.
No. Light Up was an amazing song, bro.
Yeah.
And Crown Cake as well. I feel like Jay-Z could have come a little bit harder.
He could have come a bit harder, but Drake brought everything. Man brought the flames and the flamethrower. How about that?
I'm not liking this conversation. Also, I feel like we need to talk about 4 PM in Calabasas because I forgot how hard that tune was.
Yeah.
Like, until Care Package came. I think that might be Drake's best, like, spitting, just going kind of thing.
In Calabasas?
Whoa,
No, mate. Toronto.
Ever.
Are you mad? Toronto, bro. 5 a.m. Toronto.
5 a.m. Toronto.
When the last time Drake...
4 PM in Calabasas?
Yeah.
And
When the last time he
flipping,
spit bars like that?
Tuscan Leather is better than Calabasas.
Tuscan Leather's crazy, man.
Tuscan Leather?
4 PM in Calabasas?
Yeah, when it comes to the bars, I think the thing about 4 PM in Calabasas is that I think he really wanted that to be a dance track. That he wanted that to be played in clubs and shit, and I was like,
You can play it.
you kind of can, but when it
Man
comes
said he's a Chris Bottle sender. Bro.
Yeah, check
That's
the
a hard
rapper.
And you also said for Diddy on the slide, but
Yeah, bro, no, that it's hard.
yeah,
It's hard.
No, it's a hard track, but I think in terms of first of all to have that, you know, when you have the time and the location, when we put that label to it, I'm just expecting you to rip out the bars.
6 PM in New York was good as well.
6 p.m. in New York is underrated.
Under,
That was his outro from Thingy, right?
I played that track when I turned
but
23.
did he have that on 2 beats though? Because I think on What Time to Be Alive. Is What Time to Be Alive? You might have had it.
With Drake?
Yeah.
Or with Future?
Does the beat switch?
I think it's the same bars but different beat. I think so. I might be wrong.
Oh, what, like 30 and... What's the
30 to 30.
Oh, I don't know.
Oh, yeah, no. The
I think
first,
it's a different.
it's different track. The first like 8 bars are the same from.
I don't know if
Yeah, that's why they're really.
That's what
Just got.
No, 4 p.m. in Calabasas, he's spitting though.
He's spitting.
He's spitting bars. I just wouldn't say, like, 5 a.m. in Toronto is better. I would say Tuscan Leather is better.
Man said he beat twice and he wasted.
Yeah.
And it's,
That's what I'm
Some of
saying.
that is just
I don't know, maybe I just like
Calamari.
flex. Maybe I just like flexing.
but we love Flex and Drake.
He's so sick.
Hard to take.
Because it's like, fam,
No, you know what's the
just
hard
get him
part?
back, just tell us all the shit that you do that we can't do. I've never seen Christian. I wait for her though.
Man,
Bro.
I ain't gonna lie, I like Drake more when he was a bitch. Some argue that he still is, but you know that's not for me to say. But I like that moping crying Drake, man.
To be fair, he was hungrier.
Yeah,
At
he
that
was
time
so
as well.
hungry.
He was much hungrier.
He was
I
hungry.
think ever since
Girls started texting back.
Yeah, bro.
I think ever
Ever
since
since
the
Rihanna,
Arenas is ever since the Arenas is too late, he's kind of changed the direction.
Yeah,
of his
yeah,
music.
for real.
Because views like they're all like primarily commercial albums rather than Jamie like.
Exactly.
He's kind of like, alright, I'm just make hits and go to Billboard.
I think he started working with a lot more people because before those others just sound like it was Drake with the pen. Now I know it's Drake with the pen with probably some Party, some Magic Jordan.
Bro,
Bro,
where are they? Bro,
they're also in the dead. man.
OVO are not doing a good job for any of their artists.
To be fair, those two get to drop way more albums than Party.
Yeah.
Bro, they've got a different contract.
I've never really.
Wait, Division is dropping soon as well, no? Like,
Yeah, again.
they released a single or something.
Yeah, I
too soon.
think it's dropping again.
Division I rate. Like I've never really
I
rated.
think they have a different contract as well. Well, actually, my theory is that Dre knows he can't hit them high notes. So
that
anytime the track comes to me, he's like, yo, you know I can't
guy's
sing.
that guy's crazy.
Yeah, for real. Now, what was I saying? I can't even remember now. Did we ever finish the To Pimp a Butterfly conversation?
He said we sold him, so
I think you sold me, man.
He said
That's
we sold
wild.
him.
Because I didn't even try to
I don't
convince
know what we said,
you.
but yeah.
I think you sold. I think the culture
Wait,
is
so
back.
do you think Damn is a classic?
Damn's a classic.
See, I think Damn's a classic, and I personally prefer Damn, but a lot of people
prefer
put To
Damn
Pimp
as
a
well.
Butterfly as Kendrick's best
No
work.
way. There's no.
Wait,
way.
no.
I wouldn't have that argument.
A lot of people do that.
Do you know what though, man? It's a difficult one because, like, from an artistic perspective, I think it's his best work. Like, if you're just talking about like,
I think it's his most ambitious work.
Most
yeah, that's what I'm
ambitious.
saying. Like, it's
But
his
the ambition doesn't mean because, like you said, we have to admit it's not the easiest listen. Do you know what I mean? So like
Yeah.
the replayability is
I would-
the same way, the same as.
I would actually rank it third. Like, my favorite Kendrick album is Good Kid, Mad City,
Yeah, same.
followed by Damn, followed by
That's
Nah,
like,
Damn.
so like, I was never trying to
Damn,
convince you that it was a
yeah.
classic.
Yeah.
Like,
It's the same.
Damn.
But it's still a classic.
Damn is ahead of his way.
Bro,
Like,
I'm
he's
saying
ahead,
Kendrick
man.
drops classics. That's what it is.
TTAB
He
is
might
on
be
the borderline
for
for
free. He's debatable.
He's sweet. Well, I mean, because Section 80 is an
not-
album, he's not.
Yeah, we're not counting. Yeah.
But yeah, if you ignore that, yeah,
But if you
And
ignore the Untitled,
Untitled Unmastered is
That's
it's not a classic. I'm not saying.
Yeah.
it's not a classic.
I'm saying man dropped a compilation of like demos from his like working on
Yeah.
To Pimp a Butterfly, and it's better than half these niggas' albums.
Yeah,
It was, it was a top 10 album that year.
But there's little, people are dropping a lot of trash out here. There's also people dropping a lot of hard shit out
He said people are talking a lot of trash.
here.
What did I say?
There's people dropping a lot of trash out
People
here.
do that. Also, like, I don't know if you can judge it based on the fact that it was a top 10 because just seeing Drake drop 2 #1 albums this year that are like,
One
No.
collection
I wasn't
of
talking top
gems.
10 in the charts. I meant top 10.
oh, in your final year.
Yeah, as in if you're doing a year.
When was that?
of
2016?
it's top
That was
10.
a good year, man. I wouldn't have put that there.
Top
Man.
five, yeah.
I don't know how that made that to your top 10, bro.
Listen, top 10.
I don't know about easily. That's what the Wales take.
Come
Man.
on, man. The thing is, it's just a collection of throwaways. How can you gas that thing up?
Fire for always.
Oh, man. He's a Drake stan, isn't it, man? We're talking to Drake. No, not Drake, Kendrick stan.
What's up with these guys?
I can't believe this, man.
It's because I can't go back now to 2016 and remember all the
I'm
albums.
trying to remember what
I remember. I mean,
that was
I
the
mean,
St.
top
Pablo
10
drop that year.
St. Pablo was on the Life of Pablo.
Chance drop.
Chance drop.
His actual good album.
Yeah.
Exactly.
School Vacuum drop. School
Man,
Vacuum
man, don't
dropped,
even call it an album. He said this new one is his debut album.
Travis dropped.
He needs to relax that.
Birds in the Trap.
Yeah.
But hey,
First
That
and
might be my
foremost.
favorite Travis album. Still.
nah.
Yeah. I mean, no one else agrees with me, but I love it. Oh, you think Astro was?
You know what? When Asteroid came out, I said Asteroid. Now that time has passed,
Really?
I would agree with it.
What, Birds
I
in
would
the
say
Trap?
Birds in the Trap.
Yeah.
Because I've listened to them both. The middle section of Asteroid is like
It's a bit
kind of
like-
forgettable.
And not only like.
Yo, but does that Shepshed have that song with The Weeknd?
Yeah.
I don't rate that song that much.
Whoa.
Bro.
I don't rate it that much.
Why not?
Come on, bro.
Bro.
Pussy's so good.
Come on, man.
Pussy's
Hey.
so sweet.
Come
on, bro.
That's what you need to do. You need to get a girl. Go on Tinder. I don't know how you gotta do it. And you need to bring it to your room and play that track. And then come back and talk to us.
Nah, bro, that's not the track.
That's
I'm
the
telling
track,
you.
bro.
There's other tracks I probably play on that Travis
Bro,
album before
man.
that. I can't lie.
The way that shit starts with the guitars.
Nah.
Hey, and shout out The Weeknd, man. Where's he dropping that album?
Where's
Where the
he
fuck is he at?
Yeah,
I
I
broke
know
up with
where
his
he's
girl,
at.
so we need the music.
I know, man. I need that music.
I need that toxic message.
For real, man.
Yeah. Fresh dose.
We're not
Inject
it. Bro,
I feel bad saying that, but whatever.
The Weeknd, the thing I love about The Weeknd is that for years, The Weeknd has been basically a trash human being and has blamed the women. And I've had women come back to me and say that, hey, that track's fire. And I'm like, have you heard what you said of it? He's like, oh no, he's singing that really high voice. Don't understand what he's saying. Don't go to the lyrics.
Does The Weeknd still have that like traction with
Oh, yeah.
the female community though?
Oh yeah, for sure.
No, not his recent stuff.
Not his recent stuff, but they still go back to that old stuff.
Yeah, the old
No, the
stuff,
old
but they
stuff,
still
yeah,
like. But that's
They're not
like,
checking for like.
Yeah, they're not checking for new stuff.
and that's also only. I feel like that's only like our generation and above.
Maybe.
You know what's
maybe.
something I think is interesting, like the impact of nostalgia when you're looking at an album and stuff.
I thought you were talking about nostalgia ultra to be honest.
Nostalgia, was
I was like,
I meant like
But personally, or just from a collective point?
just in general, like when people are looking at albums and discussing albums, they're usually
it's
the
yeah.
ones that are their favorite albums.
It's
and stuff
nostalgic.
and it's usually in the period between like when they're aged like 15 to like.
I can't lie. I can't
That's
lie.
what
Those
everyone's
two
favorite.
Drake albums, it's a lot.
Bro,
nostalgia plays a huge part.
Exactly. That's I mean,
Like-
I know you know look like Drake and you were 18, when he dropped Nothing Was the Same, obviously, like,
It's true, man.
Yeah.
he can't, like, that's why he's like,
That's why he loves it, man.
He's like, that album changed my
Bro,
life.
him and school next day, bro. He was like, yo, anything lock
Bro,
up.
from picture on Instagram right now. His picture on Instagram. This is
Bro,
this man's head in the clouds.
That's it, bro. That's it. Yeah, bro.
My profile picture is literally Nothing Was the Same.
So
Yeah, no. Actually,
that's
it
why
was
sometimes having these discussions, because I remember I was talking to my boy Jordan, and his favorite Drake album is Views. Yeah? And I'm thinking when Views dropped, he dropped 2016, right? So he was 18, 19.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking he was talking about how like a couple tracks on there, like, oh, is it Redemption on there, and
Redemption is
some of the slow ones. He's like, bro, that got me through something.
Yeah.
And then, like his other boy was like, gee, I've cried to these. And I was saying, bro, there's no way you can argue with someone that's saying that they've actually shed tears.
But there's
This song,
a
you know what I mean?
difference between a favourite and a classic. Like for me, out of the blue, like Man on the Moon 2 by Kid Cudi, one of the best albums in my. But I know it's in my point of view.
Yeah,
based
same,
on
same,
what I
same.
was going through when it came out
Same.
and how it got me through it.
You know what we need
I'm
to
actually the same. But I prefer Man on the Moon 1 though.
Really?
I prefer Man on the Moon 1 after like going back to them now.
Okay,
I prefer Man
okay.
on the Moon 1.
So I think nostalgia, well, it's your favourite. When it comes to classic, though, you got to take everyone in consideration. You need to talk about that audience impact. If you just think it's a classic, it's not, bro.
if you're the only one.
If you're the
Yeah,
only
yeah.
one, it's not. I'm
But-
sorry.
The thing is, Take Care had that impact.
Take Care's a classic.
Like, it had that impact.
Let's not keep it. Take Care's a classic.
Bro, a big gang up here. Yo, we need someone to come out here who really knows well, but 'cause really, as I said before, and I'll say it again, more life, more editing. Free smoke, free smoke.
I don't get it. I don't get it. But now you know what we need to do before the end of the year. Yeah? We need to decide the top albums of the decade. Obviously, we're about to get to 20.
Oh shit.
Top 10 of the decade. I've been
You want
thinking
to narrow it
about
down to 10?
10.
or what you want to do like 50 or something.
No,
Are you-
no, we should
we
do
have to have
10
some
for 10.
order.
No, 10 for 10. 10 for 10. Let's do 10 for 10. It makes sense. Decade.
We can
10.
like basically we'll throw them out there and then discuss the ones because I've got 5 that are on my list.
The number one is My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy.
Yeah,
I'm not debating with
my
it.
opinion.
I'm not
It's
debating.
between that actually.
I would debate it.
It's between that
Bro,
and Good Kid.
you
Man.
would
I would say Good Kid, Mad City.
It's between those
No,
two.
bro. You
And
lose so bad with that album.
the only
No,
reason,
I'm not so bad.
The only reason
Bro,
I'll
That's
say
so bad. Because I love that album as well. I love
the
it.
only reason I'll say Good Kid, Mad City over my Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy is because the highlights from My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy aren't funny. Like I said,
No.
To be honest, I just prefer Good Kid, Mad City. I'm not even gonna
The
lie.
guy constructed
But I'm a
the
Kendrick fan,
movies.
so I
He did.
Do not forget about the hype around Good Fridays, which
Yeah,
we'll
that
never
was
have
sick.
again.
That was sick.
Which will all to be the
Yeah,
album.
yeah.
Don't forget about the film that came with the album, which is
But
fire.
are we when we look at that
It's
album? Are we looking
Yeah,
at
that's fire.
its build up? The
Yes,
Road,
it's
Girl Down.
it's
I
all
don't-
that's
I don't
cultural impact.
No, but I don't think when you look at an album, you look at the rollout for it. No?
Because that
Because you can have
they
a
will
massive
build no
rollout.
because they
Yeah,
will
that
build
would-
no that's not the rollout. They will build in the album and they will throw in tracks. That's why some of the Good Friday tracks are on.
I wouldn't count the rollout, man. Because when Beyonce
It's
dropped
not
the album,
a rollout.
nothing, she drops it.
It was the pop. They all went to fucking Hawaii, where Kanye already escaped because of the shit with Taylor Swift, which is. But
No, I'm saying no, it was fine. No, the narrative-
it's beautiful
the narrative-
album.
And it's an
It
amazing
was
album.
it was the greatest comeback ever in history. Like the guy, everyone hated him. The fucking president.
Tiger
Bro,
lost
Rocky
shit.
exists.
Tiger lost shit.
Bro, the president called this guy.
Tiger has the best comeback ever.
Nah, no, he did not. He did not. Leave the Soulja Boy.
Tiger has the best, and he's the hairline too. Come on, and he's got braids and everything. Come on, bro.
There's a couple of really good comebacks actually.
Bro, you're not taking it from my boy Tiger.
But stay on top of it. My Beautiful Dark
Tiger lost a
Fantasy.
billionaire. You know? He lost a billionaire and came back alright. If I lost a billion, I'll settle.
That's true, you know.
We should have played with Stormy and dance with Travis Scott and stuff. Come on, bro.
That's a whole nother conversation. I'm not even ready to have. Because that shit with Tiger, the guy held her down.
He's a pedophile.
Is he though? Oli Wage is 16 here, man. The Americans look at things way
No,
different.
theirs is 18.
I know, but Oli Wage is 16.
Yeah, so
He's a pedophile over there.
Oh yeah.
But that's where he was living.
but pedophilia is very different.
I know pedophile. He was. I don't even know what you call it.
Yeah,
But
because a
She's a
pedophile.
strange one,
She
because
was
it's not like he
underage.
was like going after
Yeah.
children. Like
Yeah,
that's what
but she
pedophiles
was-
are.
Exactly, yeah, people go after children. There's another term for people who go after adolescents, well, not adolescents, but of adolescents
It's
of
not
a young
after
age.
doing it, we killed him for it.
R. Kelly's girls were
Yeah,
slightly
again,
younger.
okay, he's not actually.
And
Okay,
he
he's
was
not
running
pedophile.
he was running a cult.
That's
like,
okay, he's
making
not a
chicks
pedophile.
stand and look at the wall.
He's the guy who goes after young adolescents who aren't of age.
Okay, I don't know what you call that.
Nah, he's still I think he's still technically a
He's
pedophile.
not. Google, but get the phone. Google pedophile.
I don't think you want to be such a pedophile.
But it's
No, let's get back on topic.
back on topic.
I struggled with
Let's
that.
get back on topic.
My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy
can't
is
What versus
an amazing album. It's a classic. It's a masterpiece.
I'm not
and
mad
it's the
if
second
you
best
pick it.
album of the decade.
I mean, I'm not mad if you pick it.
I'm telling you,
But
My
personal
Beautiful Dark
is-
Twisted Fantasy is the greatest album that came out in a decade, any genre, any
This decade, you.
this decade, any genre. When it came out, I think it came out 2012,
2010.
2010.
So my
decade.
5 was GKMC.
Come on.
So the 3 Kendrick classics was
Wait, all three are up there.
I'm not putting
I
this
can't deal with Spies.
we'll-
Isaac jumping.
we'll-
I can't deal with
We'll
Spies.
obviously we're gonna have a long list and we'll narrow it down. So I'm not gonna say they're all gonna be in there in the end. But
Man,
for
put
me,
all three.
the 3 Kendrick joints, all three.
Bro, then you got 2 spaces left for 5.
Top 10.
Oh, I think you said my top 5.
No, top 10. But they'll be my top 5.
We don't have to rank them. I'm just saying.
My Beautiful Dark
Fantasy
Twisted
is number
Fantasy, Watch the Throne, Take Care.
one.
No, that's 6 already. Take Care. That was 6, and then
Take
the
Care
rest
is in
I'm
there.
like,
Take Care's in there, bro.
the rest I'm just like, you can pick. I'm not
All I thought about is My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy, Good Kid, Mad City. and Take
2014
Care.
FHD, it would be near. I don't know if it would make
The
it.
thing I don't understand about Wicked Man City is that how much weight do people put on this for what they feel about Kendrick than the actual album?
I mean, for me, it's
But
more what I
you
feel about the album.
You can't disconnect the two because
No, but for me,
Yeah,
it's
it was-
not
it
what I
was-
feel about Kendrick.
but it's also Kendrick's like introduction on a major scale, and now
I
look
think-
at
I
what
think-
he's gone on to do. Like you can't disconnect the two as
I can't lie,
this is the
for
main
me,
thing
there's a lot of
is-
nostalgia in it for me. Because, like,
that got me back into listening to albums.
Bro,
I was in a period where I wasn't really spinning albums.
I felt like a good kid in the Mad City at that time,
Bro,
to be
bro.
honest. So, like,
Get out here, bro.
I was in the news.
Get out here, bro.
I'm trying to study, man. I'm just trying to keep.
I felt like, you know, there's one chip bar, and I think it's a song with Maverick Saber, where it's like, good kid, Mad City, Kendrick wasn't out then.
Yeah. Like, basically, look, we're from London, man. All of us here are good kids in some mad city.
That's what I'm saying,
My
bro.
big man wasn't that mad.
Okay, that's it. Okay, my part.
But I'm just saying, I felt that album, and it was about like his come up, like
Yeah,
but then
navigating different
Can
situations.
I make a point?
Yeah.
I think we should include this in the album. We need to include My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy. Which
No,
includes,
we do.
No, it's there.
Oh,
It's
you
there.
did.
which includes the Good Fridays, which includes the whole shit with Taylor Swift, which
Oh,
includes
I
no
don't know,
one
I don't
rating
know, no,
it,
no.
which includes everyone writing him
You include
off.
the
And
stuff, yeah.
the minute he dropped that album, everyone was like,
Oh no,
we love
you include
Kanye.
all of that. You include all
Yeah,
of that.
yeah,
But
yeah,
Good
yeah.
Fridays, I'm a little bit because that I count that as part of the rollout.
No,
Like,
but it's not
taking
part
the
of
context of the
rollout.
album is fine.
No.
But the Good Fridays, I count as part. He wrote all the tracks he dropped on Good Fridays.
Not all of them. There was 20 tracks, bro. I think. Man,
There's
mad
quite a
now.
few that didn't.
A lot of them.
Literally, everyone was waiting every Friday
months
for it to
ago.
drop.
To be honest, like that was the one that's called
Good
Good
Time.
Friday was my alarm song for
Wow.
time.
There's Merry Christmas, which I play every Christmas. There's one, no, it's not called Merry Christmas. There's one about it's Christmas in Harlem. Christmas in Harlem. There's Good Friday, which I used to play on Good Fridays, not anymore. I used to love doing that. There's crazy ones.
Christian Dior,
there's
Denim Flow,
There's one which is basically just a J. Cole track where they all like it's like Big Sean, Sci-Hi,
Looking for Trouble.
Looking for Trouble, where they just make room for J. Cole to just spit a crazy verse.
Yeah, J Cole's verse on that is crazy.
Back
yeah.
when J Cole and Kanye were cool.
Yeah, I don't know why.
Why? Because J Cole passed him on every
Yeah, but no, but I don't know why
Yes.
J. Cole hates him so much.
Kanye's such a cool, bro.
Bruv,
It's like there's certain people you just can't rate when you see how they move.
no, but you got separate. I separate the music from the
No,
verse.
you can separate.
Yeah, but he
them,
doesn't rate him as a
Yeah,
person.
J Cole never said anything about his music. He just said for him as a person because he's a clown.
He just called him a fool and idol, basically.
Yeah, he is.
I don't know, man.
Also, one thing I would say as well.
I gotta say, like,
I think Kanye has the best hip hop discography of all time.
yeah, for sure.
You think it's for sure?
For sure.
See, I thought you guys were gonna like debate properly.
But
No, I'm ready to debate this.
no, but okay,
I'm ready to debate that.
But before we debate this, can we just ask one question? Who's changed the sound in hip hop as many times as Kanye has? And then
You have to take that into account.
That's true. No, that's true. That's true. I'll give you that.
it's he's a he's enigma. I think Kanye might be one of the greatest musicians ever.
I mean,
He's up there with David
One
Bowie.
of my things with Kanye is his output has declined.
Oh,
Yeah,
for sure. That happens every
since
It happens to everyone.
2011 to
happens
like
every time. We have to admit this. Yes.
Ocean Film was 2012. So, right.
no, it's 2011.
Yeah. No one talks about Snoop Dogg's decline. No one talks about because it happens. Like we're not.
But Snoop Dogg doesn't. And Snoop Dogg,
blind, everything.
I know, bro.
And-
We're not powering him on the daily like that. We understand what it is.
But then also nobody is putting Snoop Dogg in the discussion to have the best discography.
that's what I said. As good as Snoop Dogg is, I wasn't like.
Like I would put him in the top. Like he's probably in my top 10 anytime on the the top 10
Yeah.
spitters.
But
I don't know if
He
you,
might be
if you
all top
include all of Kanye's projects though, like
what?
there's some highs and there's some
Where's
lows.
lows? Let's talk the lows. Let's talk the lows. Let's get to
Nobody
it.
has no lows.
But let's talk the lows. Let's get
Some
to the
people
lows.
have no lows.
What are the lows? Let's talk about the lows.
Alright, well, let's discuss the lows.
Come on,
Let's
man.
discuss the lows. What was the album that dropped last year?
Yeah.
Yeah, was
Yeah.
Low. That's the lowest of the low.
Yeah,
That's it. That's it.
that is the lowest
That's
one.
the
you,
lowest
can't, you
low.
can't forget he did all the production on not only Yay but then on
That really doesn't.
the Push one.
But that doesn't come into it.
Yeah.
That comes as well.
Are we done?
Oh, snap. We might be getting cut off.
Yeah, we were meant to leave a while ago.
Oh, snap. We gotta go.
Don't worry, we'll
I really like your session, innit? You guys are having so much fun. The time has flown by. You get me? But obviously, it's not your turn anymore.
I know, man. I
It's
know.
someone else's turn.
That's it, man.
And
That's it.
Alright, thank you for listening.
Thank you for
We're listening to 2G's in the pod.
Well, 2G's in the pod getting kicked out the pod.
Catch us on Instagram at 2G's in the pod, Twitter at 2G's in the pod _ and we're gonna leave you with The World Is Mine by Sam True.
Alright, let's get the hell out of here, man.
Yeah, yeah, my GG wagon, yeah.
It's the return of the Mac. I'm still alive just like Tupac.